Very recently, I was at Tony Robbins event at Business Mastery actually, and I had an intervention with Tony. Tony asked me why I'm here, and I wasn't expecting that question. So I was a little bit shocked, but I spoke from the bottom of my heart. And I said, despite the fact that I have a lot of proof against this limiting belief, and I have amazing results for myself or for our business, for our podcast, for our clients. Deep inside, I know that I don't feel enough. So I want to share with you some of the footage of that day that I have. Plus, I give you my take, give you what I got out of it after watching this like 100 times, not 100, but like a lot of times. So that hopefully it will help you as well if you're feeling not enough.
Deep inside, I know that I don't feel enough.
Labels will not improve you. Everything you experience is a process, even love. Love is not a thing, it is a process. You can love someone by demonstrating it. How do you love yourself? Well, how do you love other people? How do you love other people, my dear? How do you love other people? When you love somebody, how do you demonstrate it, Roshan?
I give them more than what they expect.
Yes. So how would you love yourself?
This is so crazy because I feel like I'm seeing this part for the first time. Love is a process. How do you love others? I had an answer for that. I said, I'll do things that it's beyond their expectations, things that they don't expect. And then he asked me, how do you love yourself? And I couldn't find any answer. Like, how do I love myself? What do I do to show love to myself? What do you do to show love to yourself?
So I want you to notice someone different must run your podcast than the woman who's in front of me right now. Is that fair? How many, raise your hand if you can see that?
I have that part. I
Yes, I
can
know.
bring her out. That's.
Well, why would you want
I
to do that?
know. No.
What makes you believe that she's less authentic than you are in this state? Or were you rewarded for being wounded?
So, regarding my podcast, I told him that our podcast ranked among the top 3% of all podcasts globally. And then he was like, so someone else must have done your podcast. And then I was like, no, I have that part inside of me. I can bring her out. So he was like, well, you're not. And I didn't know. I I just knew that deep inside, I feel not enough, but I can call my other, firewalker action taker who's doing this video right now out and have her do it. And then he asked me this question, why do you think this version of you, the one that's doing the job and getting things done, why is she not as authentic? And the other question was, well, why do you think you should be wounded to be loved? So I'm still thinking about all these questions and trying to figure out, is there another hidden level and layer underneath it? Ask yourself the same question and see what your answer is. Let's watch the rest.
Whose love did you crave growing up, your mother or your father?
I think my father.
Yes. And who did you have to be for your father? First gut response, don't hesitate. I had to be.
I had to.
That was good. You knew it. That's why you laughed. What was it? First
I was
thought.
gonna say safe.
You had to be safe? Yes. What made you safe?
Not risking, not playing outside where I wasn't supposed to go. So
Yes.
just go without telling him.
Yes. And why would she do that? Because she has a different nature than her father.
So then he asked me, whose love did I crave most, my father or my mother? I've been thinking about this question forever because I know Tony a lot. Like I knew him, I knew his questions. I've been trained by Tony to become one of his coaches. So like I know the techniques. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter. You always need somebody else to help you. So I was like, okay, which one? Seriously. And I said, I think my dad. And he was like, okay, yes. And then who did you need to be for your dad? And this weird thing came to my mind, which I've been always thinking about. I couldn't find the answer to. And most people say, not a failure or something like that. Mine was safe. I laughed and he was like, that's it. The one you laughed at, that's it. What was it? And I said, safe. And he asked me how I needed to be safe. And I just had to play by the rules and stay safe and not go outside and play or not go to places that I'm not supposed to. So it's stay safe, which this part had another breakthrough for me, like just a few days ago. Okay. So I'm going to get back to each portion as well and talk about it even more. And sorry if this video is long, but I hope that this helps you. Even if it helps one person, that's enough for me. So it might be long, it might be whatever, but I hope it's beneficial to at least one person. So deep inside, I thought I have to be safe to be loved by my dad. But then later on, after this intervention, when I was thinking about it and wanted to tell my parents about it, um, I realized that I think actually I was craving my mom's love. And because my mom said I had to be safe in order to be loved with my dad, I was basically trying to get her approval. I'm still, as you see, I'm still trying to also understand this deeper for myself. But again, so I was craving this love from my mom. And the rule to be loved was I had to be safe so that, oh, I just had another intervention breakthrough. I had to be safe, I guess, for my mom also to be loved by my dad because my mom was young when she had me. And then I had to be the good girl so that I get the love from my dad. Also, my mom gets the love, I guess. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting breakthroughs within the video. Well, I'm lying. I think I was. Every time I think about it or talk about it, I feel like I'm getting more and more breakthroughs. So, okay. So I had to be safe for my dad.
See, you have your nature and then you have what you've been trained to be.
So he saw in my nature that I always wanted to show that I'm safe, but in my nature, I wasn't playing safe. I remember my mom telling me, you can't go to the other side of the street and play with your bicycles. I would just go to the other side of the street and play a bicycle. So like I would just do exactly opposite as far as they couldn't see. So in my nature, Tony said, because you're adventurous, you're courageous. So in my nature was that I was playing against my nature.
She's actually naturally courageous, exploratory. She's pretty adventurous. Courageous, by the way, doesn't mean you're not afraid. Courage means you're fucking afraid, but you do it anyway. There's no courage if you're not afraid. Courage is you're afraid, but you make yourself do it. People say, well, I'm courageous. Well, if you're not scared, you're not courageous. Don't tell me you're courageous. You're just bored. Or you're doing something that's easy. So she's courageous, she's adventurous. Her instinct is to go explore and go for it. But she was taught she needs to stay safe in order to be loved. And are you playing safe in your life right now?
I remind myself I'm a firewalker, I'm a gladiator, I have to do it, so I'll do it.
By the way, this woman is a different woman than I was speaking to just a moment ago. How many see this new woman showing up here? Let's hear this speech.
So he reminded me of my true self and asked me basically a question to find my success formula. And I said, I remind myself I'm a firewalker, I'm a gladiator, I have to do it, so I'll do it. This is the success formula, right? Find yours. When you do the things that are against your limiting belief of not being good enough, what makes you do that? What is your success formula?
So There's a part of you that likes to feel sorry for yourself. I have one too. I just kind of banned his ass. Because the part of you that will feel sorry for yourself will always feel sorry for you, even when there's something great. We all have a wounded part of ourselves. I just decided that motherfucker isn't going to run my business or my life or my relationships. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but it's time for him to fucking retire.
This part is really interesting. All of us have a part that likes to feel sorry for ourselves.
And your nature is not like that. You adapted to that, and then you got into that place of not loving yourself because your father wouldn't love you if you were playing unsafe, and you're playing very unsafe. Look at that big smile. Because that's her true nature. But she's fighting her nature versus what I have to be loved unconsciously. It's not conscious. So when she has this conflict, I'm succeeding, but I'm not enough. I'll never be enough. You'll never be enough as long as you ask yourself, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? Why do I feel this way? Why can't I love myself? When you ask a lousy question, you get a lousy what?
Answer.
And you all have, if you've been to Date with Destiny, some of you know, everyone has what I call a primary question. It's different for everyone. It's a question you ask more often than anywhere else in your life. It's not even conscious. Mine is, how can I make it better? I developed that early in life, and I'm always making it better because your primary question, you link, if I don't do it, I'm not worth living. For some people, the question is, what's wrong with me? And so it doesn't matter how much they learn, you'll always find something wrong. Because whatever you look for, seek and ye shall what? If you think someone's an asshole, you will turn them into an asshole in your mind. If you think you're an asshole, you'll turn yourself into one. Look around this room right now. Look around this room.
So then he basically said, whatever you focus on, you see. Whatever you focus on, you get. And if you're looking for reasons that why I'm not good enough, you'll find answers to it. So if you ask lousy questions, you'll get lousy results. If you're looking to get better, you cannot focus on why I can't get better because you'll find reasons that you can't get better. And then he did this exercise that some of you might have done it with me at either Cafe Society or Peak State Society. We look for red. When you're looking for red, you see more red. When you're looking for green, you see more green. They've been there, but you weren't looking for them. So when you start looking for them, you see more. You want to look for more reasons why you're not enough, or you want to look for reasons where you are enough. Let's continue.
So proud he tells other people that we sent Rosha to work, you know?
Yes. Now, by the way, so notice the confusion that must be in your nervous system because you were taught you shouldn't be these things, and then you rebelled and did it anyway because it's your nature, and you're happy about it, but there's some part of you still at an unconscious level thinks I have to be this way, but I'm not. So now you beat yourself up. And by the way, everybody feels like they're not enough. It is the most common fear in humanity. There's two fears everybody has. I'm not enough, and if I'm not enough, I won't be loved. Those are the two primary fears of every human on earth. You may not be feeling it now, but I guarantee you, when your life doesn't match your picture, you'll feel it. When you notice somebody that's richer, smarter, faster, more beautiful, more funny, more whatever, younger, older, whatever you think it is that you're not. And by the way, who's ever felt like you're not enough for someone that really mattered to you, that you felt like not enough? Is that not the worst feeling in the world? So when you feel like you're not enough for that person, you really freak out because your unconscious belief is, if I'm not enough, I won't be loved. So that's why, for example, he's been staying in a business where it's not where he wants it to be. It's like, because if I fail, then I look like I'm really not enough. So I better just hang out here where it's kind of good. How many follow here? Raise your hand, say I. So you just have to take that part of you. What's that little part of you that starts crying and feeling sorry for herself? And I don't really, not enough. Let's give her a name so we know what to avoid.
Then he mentioned that there are two fears that everybody has: feeling of not being enough and feeling of not being loved. And actually, not being loved is the core fear. So you feel like I'm not enough, and if I'm not enough, I won't be loved. And he said sometimes you don't feel it, but as soon as your current reality doesn't match your life expectations or blueprint, what you think should be, then you start feeling that you're not enough. Then he asked me to name that version of myself. I had a really hard time finding a name, but found it. So find yours.
Either laugh at or push aside. What's an identity? By the way, we're playing with identity right now. Raise your hand if you follow what I'm talking about. Identity is the most powerful force in a human being. If you want lasting change, the only way to have lasting change is to shift your identity. How many of you in this room at one time smoked cigarettes and no longer do, as an example? Okay, so if you stop smoking and I come to you now and I say, did you ever smoke cigarettes? No. If I come to you and I say, would you like a cigarette? Are you going to say, what brand is it? What are you going to say? No, I'm not a smoker. Part of how you know who you are is you know who you're not. That's part of how you define yourself. When someone actually stops smoking, they go, I'm not a smoker. They don't go, what brand is it? I'm not one of those. And so it's not even tempting. It's why AA is a valuable resource, is a first step, but they only have a 4% success rate. Because they keep saying, I'm an alcoholic. The ones who succeed go, I'm an alcoholic.
So then he continued talking about the identity. So what matters is the identity that you want to show up as. So in my case, I felt like I have to show up as the safe person in order to be loved. And then there is a conflict. There is this feeling of, in my nature, I want to be adventurous. I want to be courageous. But then what if I'm not loved, right? So I would try my best to attach myself to that identity, which had a conflict with my real identity, which was courageous, adventurous, and all of that. So find the conflict in your own identity, what you're trying to be and what you truly are in your nature, and see if you can find that these two identities and name them so that you know what are you fighting against and which one you want to choose. Let's continue.
This is a fluke somehow because she thinks she's supposed to stay safe all the time or she won't be loved. But if you wake up and look around with your father, it sounds like he's quite proud of you. You didn't listen to him and he's happy. Wow, that's fucking cool. I didn't listen to my parent and they're proud of me and happy. But see, some part of her, still a little girl, thinks she's supposed to be that way. You go, Tony, why are we fucking talking about this around business? Because this is what's affecting her life, which affects her business. How many get this now? Makes a noise.
So then there is this thing happened over there that he asked me, and I told him that yes, my dad is actually very proud of me, and I haven't been playing safe. I've done so many things. I quit my job. I started a business. I've tried so many different things. I paid a lot of money for so many different things to grow myself and become a better version of myself. And all of these things are courageous. I walked on fire. So I've done a lot of things that are not normal and safe. And my dad is really proud of me. And he said, wow, that's cool. And I was like, that is true. Like, he actually is very proud of me for the things like I remember that he didn't want me to go to work when I first started, my first job actually. He did want me to work, but I went and worked anyways. And now he's proud of me. So I'm like, okay, so I didn't listen to him. I did it no matter what. And he loves me and he's very proud of me. This is really cool. I have to appreciate him because, he could have been like, even deep inside, he could be proud of me, but he didn't need to show, right? He could just pretend that he wants me to play safe, but he didn't. Why? Think about it. Maybe because I was made up. Maybe because he just wanted me to be safe just because maybe he was worried about something else. Maybe it was a fear inside of him. Maybe it was just a made up thing. So there were so many reasons, but I'm not that kid anymore. So I don't need to follow the same limiting belief and think that, these are the rules and I have to play by the rules. I didn't even play by the rules at that time. Now I'm a grown woman and I'm playing with those rules. That's crazy. But this is exactly what was happening inside of me. And I hope sharing this makes you want to be also vulnerable and think about yourself. Don't hide it. Face it and learn from it and see how you can grow your limits past your comfort zone. Be the real you, the woman or the man that you need to become to shine your light, to be your best self, to achieve your potential. It's so fulfilling to do that. I'm in the process too, but even so far, what I've done, I'm super happy, super proud, super blessed to be able to do the things I've done. I wish you the best. I wish you the same, even better. Let's continue watching.
If you get it, say I. So I'm asking all of you, whose love did you crave the most growing up? I'm sure you love both your parents. Maybe you didn't even know. Maybe one died. Maybe one left. I don't know. But even if you never met them, you may have an impression of who you thought you were supposed to be for that person that you heard through another parent or an uncle or an aunt or a grandfather or someone else. And by the way, it may be false, but as long as you believe it, it controls you. There's who you thought you should be, and then there's who you fucking are at your best, in your strength. We're all weak in a weak state. We're all indecisive in an indecisive state. But many of you have been with me before when we talk about changing your state. How fast can we change our state? In a heartbeat, by changing our body, our focus, our language. Any of those, all three of those, changes quickly. However, start thinking another level now that you've been with me a little bit. Isn't just state. State's the safe word for it. It's changing which part of you is in charge. It's changing who is running the show in you. And there are many of you. Which one are you going to put in charge? If you put the one in charge, we've already seen what she can do. She can create the third biggest podcast, maybe eventually the first podcast in its category. She can help people solve things. She can do some amazing things. But if we go back to that little girl who wants to feel sorry for herself, so you have to say, no, there's a difference between sympathy and love. They're not the same. And sympathy is like crumbs compared to real love. And so if you love someone, what would you do for them? What are some of the things you do when you love someone?
Think about things that makes them happy.
Think about things that make them happy and do that for them. How often do you do that for you?
After Dates with Destiny, I started.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. So we need to continue that process, but you also have to cut off the other one. So give me a name for that little wounded one.
Scared little mice.
Little mice? The little mouse? Little mice? Okay, so that little mouse. So show us with the little mouse how she stands. How does the little mouse stand? There you go. And what's her voice like?
Then he took it a little bit further and he said, it's about who you want to put at the command chair. If you've been to any of his events or any of my events, or you're familiar with archetypes, who's on the command chair? Is your queen or king, sovereign is at the command chair, or your warrior is at the command chair, or your magician? Who is there? Or your lover? So the command chair needs to be filled with the one that you choose. Who do you want to put there at the command chair? My queen, right? My queen knows everything. My queen knows the best, knows when and where the warrior should go, knows when and where the lover should do what, right? Knows where to bring the magician to create the magic I need. So if you're familiar with that, think about it as well. Think about who needs to be at the command chair and how that sovereign will rule. Found the name? So he asked me about the name and I said, scared little mouse. So I felt like that scared person is like, I wanted to also be nice, but also like I'm not I can't curse that easily. So scared little mouse sounds right for me because in reality, I am not. So he asked me to show with my physiology, focus, and language how this scared little mouse will look like or show up in day-to-day life. So I said, shoulders down, head down, speaking slowly and very hesitant, doesn't move forward, doesn't take action. And then who's the other one is my other side is Firewalker, is the gladiator. I call myself a gorgeous gladiator because gladiator is a little bit ugly, so I wanted to make it gorgeous. The gorgeous gladiator. My gorgeous gladiator doesn't doubt, goes forward, moves forward, doesn't hesitate. The head is up, then shoulders are back. I speak louder, I speak with more energy, like everything is better. This version of me, the gorgeous gladiator, can achieve a lot more than the scared little mouse, right? How about yours? Think about your physiology, your focus. What are you focusing on in each state? What are you telling yourself, both out loud and in your mind? If like you focus on what you can do or you can't do. Are you telling yourself that I'll make it happen? Or you're like, oh, I don't know. All of these matter. So let's continue.
Let me hear the little mouse voice.
Doesn't talk much.
Doesn't talk much. Hard to run a podcast that way. Right? Yeah. She kind of, I know she brings her body in quite a bit, doesn't she? And she drops her head a little bit. How many can see what she's doing in her body right now? Right? Is her breathing full or shallow?
Shadow.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it talk fast or slow?
Slow.
Loud or quiet? Does she go straight for it or hesitate? That's right. So that's Little Mouse. Show me the woman that runs the show. What's she like? Ready? Camera's going. Podcast, go!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's different.
What's happening here? Who is she?
The firewalker.
The firewalker,
Yeah.
the gladiator.
Yes.
Yes. Look, she gets that look like, what else the fuck would I be? Did you see that look on her face? Yeah.
So he asked me if I can be proud of myself, if I be my gorgeous gladiator, my firewalker, can I be proud of myself? And I said, absolutely. So he worked to anchor this feeling in and asked me to stay with this one and don't go back to the other one. And I don't know if we're going to share that part or not. It might not look good, but I was happy, like in this state of gorgeous gladiator. And then all of a sudden I would feel like I want to cry. And he kept telling me, stay with this one, stay with this one, stay with this one. And then they played this song that I love and told me to listen to the lyrics. And yes, I listened to this song so many times and I was like, yes, this is me. So let's go, let's listen to it. I hope it doesn't get the copyright issue, but if it does, I'll just tell you this part and we won't play it. So go watch I'm Not Giving Up and just think about yourself. What you're not giving up.
Listen to the words of this song. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Not done yet. And I'm down to my last breath. Don't give up on it. I'm not giving up. That's right. Even when no one else believes. Don't give up on me. That's it. That's it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hold on to the real you.
So that was it. I hope you liked it. This was the whole intervention, almost the whole intervention. And I did this because I promised myself I'm gonna do it by this Friday. And we have construction at our house and I wasn't ready. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna even think about what to wear. I'm gonna wear the same exact outfit. And everywhere over there is dusty. So I couldn't take it use somewhere else. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stand up here, the background is beautiful, and do it no matter what. So, what is one thing that you've been pushing back, you have to do, but you've been pushing it back and haven't done it? I want to encourage you and challenge you and dare you to go do it today. It wasn't easy for me to do this today, but I did it anyways, thanks to my community. We have a free community after my actually this event. I went to another event by Tony UPW and I started this community. It's a free community, no like promo free, scam free, anything but free. Just a place to find friends. So if you want to join this community, message me on here on YouTube, leave a comment or message me on Instagram at Roche the Firewalker, and I'll send you a link. So if you like, join our community. It's called Peak State Society. And every week we meet. It's promo free, scam free, anything bad free, just good things, just friendship. I train for 20 minutes and 20 minutes of celebration as well. So every Wednesday we meet at currently it's at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you like to join, join. It's free. Nothing Nothing bad can come out of it. It's going to be good. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and send this video to whomever might like it, whomever might feel like not enough, because I know I'm not alone. I wouldn't do this video if I would think that I'm the only one. So from the bottom of my heart, without touching the mic, I hope that this video can help at least one person. And if it did, please let me know. It would make me so happy, even if it's just an emoji. It means a lot to me. See you next time. Bye.